Hello, my peaches. What's up? I am Pratha and welcome to today's video. I love doing dedicated note videos and I try to find out more and more fragrances that have similar notes in them, and then I can make a collection video of them. In today's video, I am going to talk about some cherry fragrances, but sadly I don't have too many. I have just a very few fragrances in my collection that have cherry note. Also, I want to say that cherry is a note that has been hyped after Tom Ford Lost Cherry was launched. Before that, cherry was something people were not paying attention that much to, but after Lost Cherry it really came in limelight and we have some good cherry fragrances in the market right now. So I'm going to talk about whatever I have in my collection. And now with that thought, let's quickly roll the intro and get into this video. I would like to start off with this Guess Seductive Red. Now, this is a very beautiful cherry fragrance. I think I can say this is the best cherry fragrance in my collection, to be honest. I mean, it is just right up my alley. This is a sweet, smoky cherry with an almond note in it. It smells like it was compared to Baccarat Rouge and all of that, but it's not like that, okay? It's a very sweet, fluffy, cloudy kind of cherry fragrance in here, and it's juicy, but like that almond is kind of adding the smoothness to it instead of adding a creaminess. It's kind of making it smooth, but then for some reason, I don't know how, in the base it's kind of smoky. So beautiful, and it's long lasting, and it's not very expensive. On some of the websites, somewhere or here and there, if you just look properly, you will find it under 3,000 rupees. So this cherry fragrance is my absolute favorite in my entire collection. I still would like to stick to that. I love a good fluffy cloudy fragrance, but it's smoky, but I would not like to call it a warm or dense fragrance exactly. It's like a very beautiful balance of the fluffiness and sweet smoky cherry in here. Yeah, so with that, I would like to move on to the next one. The next cherry fragrance that I would like to talk about is Kayali Love Fest Burning Cherry. Now, I was like expecting this to be very similar to Guess Seductive Red, because Love Fest Burning Cherry, I was again expecting this to be a very smoky cherry. I mean, it's a cherry fragrance, it's a sweet cherry fragrance, but for some reason it gives me very slight bit of an Arabic vibe. It's a niche fragrance, but still it starts off super alcoholic. I just have to say this about Kayali fragrances. I just don't get the hype around them. But what I get from this is like for the first, like say 5 minutes, I get a very Arabic kind of sweetness in it, like the kind of sweetness we get from Arabic fragrances. But then it quickly turns into a super sweet and juicy cherry, which has a woody base. I do not really smell the patchouli that much in it, or maybe like a very little bit. So in the base, it has guaiac wood and patchouli. Now, I don't smell that patchouli that much, but you know what it smells like to me? It smells like a desert to me, which is made out of cherries, but then that desert is not your American desert or your out of the oven or bakery desert. No, this is like your Indian traditional desert kind of a thing in here with some, yeah, that woodiness and patchouli mixing in is kind of giving it a very desert like feel, like a desert made out of cherries, but then desert has some spices to it. That's what I'm feeling, like the kind of spices we add to desserts, like um maybe like let me give you an example, okay? Bad example it is going to be, but yeah, don't come for me. Doda Burfi, when you look at Doda Burfi, you imagine some that caramelized thing which has slight bit of spices to it. As it is going to the dry down, that guaiac wood and patchouli are kind of adding a very soft cinnamon like not exactly cinnamon. I won't say that it has cinnamon in it, but it's kind of adding a slight spiciness to it, which is kind of making it smell like a very beautiful and yummy kind of desert like fragrance, which is that desert has some cherries in it. So that is what it is smelling like to me. I do like it, I do not hate it, but it's a very expensive fragrance, to be honest. Now, moving on to the next fragrance, and which is actually a dupe for Kayali's Love Fest Burning Cherry. Now that I have given so much attention to Love Fest Burning Cherry, I would not call this an exact dupe, but this is more like a lighter, brighter version of that one, because this one does not have that desert like thing to it. It's more of your dense, almondy, juicy, sweet cherry in here. It's beautiful. You need not go for Love Fest Burning Cherry, but if you absolutely want to, if Kayali is something you want to own, you can go for that. But I would say that I like this one more because I get all of those things in a very modern way, not in an Indian desert kind of a way, but more like a modern way. I like this and prefer this much more than Love Fest Burning Cherry because this is easy on my pocket. I got this for 1100 rupees. I cannot complain anything about a fragrance which is so affordable and yet smelling like a niche fragrance. Yeah, there is quite a similarity between these two, and I am so happy that I have this fragrance and I can suggest you to buy a good, sweet, juicy cherry fragrance with the almond smoothness in the background and with vanilla in the base. So yeah, do consider this one if you are like absolutely dying to have a cherry fragrance in your collection on a very, very low budget or low price. Now let's talk about some body mists that I have that have the cherry note to them. And I would first like to talk about a very, very beautiful and yummy fragrance which I have since years, and that is chocolate covered cherry. I am sad that they never bring this one back. I got this one in the very first SAS from Bath and Body Works, and since then this fragrance has not come back. This is just another. Oh, now this cherry fragrance is your bakery like desert fragrance. This is either a cherry muffin or a chocolate cake which has a lot of cherry on the inside and on the outside as well, like topped with cherries, but still while it was baked it had that chocolate cake had cherries in it or cherry extract added to it, something like that. It's warm, it's mouth watering, it's cake like. Can't sniff on this enough. Can I just put this one on? Oh god, I am loving this. I always said that it comes off synthetic because I have it since years, and as it has been macerating, and I just feel that after maceration it has become so much better, and the syntheticness that I've always been complaining about is completely gone now. Love this, love this. Can't. Oh god, I just feel like eating this. It's so yummy. So it's a true cake-like fragrance. I don't know why they have not been trying to bring back this cake line. Can they? I really wish that we could put up some requests with the major brands which is actually handling the imports of Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works. If there was some way to put out our requests, I would highly request them to bring back chocolate covered cherry and to bring back some more cake like fragrances from Bath and Body Works. Oh god, guys. Never ask me whether I'm selling this or not. I'm never selling this ever. Now, the next cherry fragrance, again, I would blame major brands for that, is Cherry Elixir from Victoria's Secret. I don't know why they got this range off the website. I know it was a limited edition and we should have grabbed it when it was available. But this fragrance, guys, this is like your combination of sweet and sour and bitter at the same time. This has the notes of black cherry, liquid amber, and quite mystery. This smells boozy, almondy, like bitterness from the almond, but sweetness and sourness of the cherry, but in a very dark way. And then it smells a little boozy. That liquid amber that they're talking about is almost kind of adding a wine kind of a boozy kind of a note to it, which has the warmth of the almond. It's a very warm cherry fragrance in here, and I prefer this cherry fragrance above, like, if I talk about a winter cherry fragrance, I think this is my preference, and I just cannot hype it enough. And I feel that this is so much more close to Lost Cherry from Tom Ford. I'm happy for you if you have already grabbed this one after watching my video, but if you don't have it now, I cannot say when it is going to be back. But this is really a beautiful, warm kind of winter cherry fragrance, in my opinion. And the last cherry fragrance in this video is going to be Sunset Glow. This has the notes of fresh coconut, sparkling cherry, saltazar, dreamy moonflower, caramelized vanilla. Now, this fragrance is like really interesting, guys. I know it does not sound like something very much out of the box, but the other day I was like going through my fragrances, sniffing on my fragrances, and I suddenly realized that this is such a beautiful and effortless kind of fragrance in here. The cherry is kind of lifting it and kind of making it juicy and bright. It's not exactly like your only cherry fragrance, because there are so many other notes in here that are working with cherry. And this smells like Boom Boom Cream from Sol de Janeiro. So if you don't want to spend that much of money on Boom Boom Cream for that fact, and it has no similarity with Shirosa 61, let me just say this, because Shirosa 61 Body Mist is a completely different fragrance from Boom Boom Cream. That's what I feel about it. So this is a very beautiful suntan and a beautiful golden hour on the beach kind of fragrance, like a fresh and sweet perfume mixing in with your suntan lotion, and you enjoying a golden hour on the beach is what I get in here. This is a beautiful, feminine, kind of effortless, but still yummy kind of fragrance in here. It's like it has the warmth to it. Along with that freshness, it has the creaminess like that kind of a suntan lotion. So yeah, really, really like this fresh cherry fragrance in here. And that ends my list. I love each one of these fragrances, some a little less, but some a little too much. And I can say that I really enjoy doing these dedicated one note perfumes and body mist videos for sure. And I'm sure that you guys also enjoy these. So before leaving, do not forget to leave some cherries in the comment section below. If you don't want to write a comment is always nice. I love interacting with you guys. I might hop onto them later on, not right away, but I always come back to you and respond to you. You know that. So if you're still here watching me and liking me, don't forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up down below. I will see you in the next one. Till then, keep looking beautiful, keep smelling good. Have a great day all. Bye bye. Mwah.